Hey folks, welcome to day 75. Let me get the mic a little bit closer here. Hey folks, welcome to day 75 of my year of playing year of solo board gaming, which has been described, of course, as by many to be really stupid and ill-advised. But I'm still doing it anyway, so there you go. So we're playing The Future is Bleak week here on the stream. I've done 2 games of Chrononauts, 2 games of Fallout. We've got another game that we'll do 2 of tomorrow. But I felt like this is the best place where I could shoehorn this in. I'm going to play it because it is a solo game and I need to play as many of them as I can, hit as many of them as I can. This is Sojourn, A Journey Through Time, came out, I believe, in 2019. And I want to give you the credits for this. I want you to know who's to blame. It's from Wyvern Gaming. Who is the actual designer of this game? I can't quite find it. Interesting. Okay, so I guess they will remain. Game design, Philip Loyer. Art, M. Wayne Miller. Graphic design, Brad Ellis and Mia Gibbs. And that is about as a small credit as you can possibly get there at the very end. I'm not even sure it appears anywhere else in here. So I think they might have known that this was not a positive result in terms of game design. Get that out of the way there. Sorry to be so negative on this, and I'm sorry if anybody here watches this and goes, "Oh my God, you're a jerk." So essentially, in this game, you are attempting to find these time fragments. There are 8 of them in the deck, so you don't have to find all of them. You just have to find 4, and then be able to go home. And you have to have at least 1 temporal baddie, or I don't know. We won't get to that point. We'll lose. Don't worry. The whole goal of the game is to continue to progress in the time stream until you find the temporal fragments. And you do this by opening up destinations in front of you, in the time stream in front of you, and then you jump to that destination. And the game order is really kind of loosey-goosey. You can, the way that they describe it is that you can at any time do 3 different things. And so there's no order or structure to this each turn. You have 5 what are called time stream cards, and these do different things, although the starting hand that I got could not have been more homogenized, but they'll do different things that allow you to jump around the timeline or open up new destinations or to gain some health or to gain some temporal charges. You can also open a destination. Now, you open a destination one of 2 ways. When you travel to a new destination, you automatically open up a destination on top of it. So this game gets vertical really quickly. In addition, you can also open up, you can spend 1 time cube here on the right and open up a destination as well, sort of to the right of it. So you would put this right here. You can only travel to the timeline in front of you. So you can travel right now to here, but as soon as I travel, if I had a card here, I could not then travel here and then travel here. There are cards that allow you to jump around the time stream a little bit more willy-nilly. So that's something to keep in mind. And every time you travel to a new destination, it does open up a new timeline in the time stream above it. Now, the way that they refer to it in the book is that you open it up either to the left or the right if there's already one there. So if, for example, there was already a destination there and I jumped here, you would open up a new one to its right. And then if I were to do that again, you'd go to the left. And you just keep going back and forth. We're going to go to the right because I think that's where I have space. So I don't think it really matters. There are some times when you'll jump to a destination, there's already one above it. The primary thing to remember is that you're always, like every time you jump to a new destination, you're always opening up a new destination in the timeline above it. I don't know why I looked at that card. I didn't really look at the card, but we'll take it from there. Now, along the way, there's a cost. You have to drop a certain number of cards from your hand, and you don't automatically refill. So your cards are a bit of a commodity. Now, in this case, there's an unusual thing here. It's drop all temporal batteries, so we would get rid of these 2 things here. Then it would cost you 2 things from the time stream to just simply jump. And then there's also a risk assessment. If there's a 50% risk that you'll gain some damage. So you would roll your dice. You'd say, okay, so I got 94. I kind of wish I'd saved that roll. 94 is higher than 50, so you don't take any damage. If it had been lower than 50, you would get 3 points of damage. And then no matter what, you always gain some time stream cards at the end of it. So if I did jump here, regardless of whether I took the damage or not, I'd gain 2 more time stream cards. And that's actually how you continue to beef up your hand. Now that sounds sounds like it's going to make for a fun game, but the problem is the risks are so high jumping to a destination that it's either very high cost in terms of the drop or time stream cost, and you don't get enough cards out of it to make it worth it, or it's such a high risk that you're going to take so much damage that you're going to die pretty quickly. I'm going to go ahead and actually, I'm going to start the game. We're going to go ahead and get going here. We're going to play a fracture card. Now, the fracture card allows you to open a new destination to the timeline ahead for no cost. So this is the timeline ahead. We have a new destination. We're going to open it there. This is going to require us to drop 3 time stream cards. It's going to cost us 4 time stream, and we're going to get one time stream card out of it. So you do have the plus of there not being a risk at this. You won't get damage, but that's kind of a bummer. So we're going to go ahead and spend another fracture card and see if we can get a better destination. Our Assassination of Archduke Ferdinand. 3 time stream cards. Yeah, still not good, so we're going to open up another one. And you start to see one of the problems with the game. I don't want to jump to one of these cards right now. All right. So now we've got the Gutenberg printing press. So really, no matter what, we're just kind of screwed. We could jump here. We'll have to lose all of our temporal batteries. Yeah, this is no bueno. We're going to go ahead and actually just simply burn a time stream cube then to open up yet another. Oh, we got a time fragment. I can actually show you something. So now we've got a location worth jumping to. Unfortunately, it's going to cost us 4 time stream cards to even open up that location. So that's going to be a pain in the butt to get to. We're going to use a temporal battery here to restore a time stream charge. And now we're going to jump ahead to the Bolshevik Revolution. We still have to burn our other card. Probably going to open up one more location, but in this case I'm just going to jump here. It's going to cost us 2 time stream cubes. We have a risk of 50%. We'll do the rolling over here so it's a little bit more. 78, so we succeeded. We don't take any damage, which is a huge plus. We do gain 2 time stream cards back, and when we jump to this, we did get another destination in front of us, and now we can travel ahead one row. Quantum Leap reduced the risk of a destination, and then we can also restore a temporal charge. This is going to require us to let's just jump ahead one. This is going to require us to use a time stream card no matter what, and we're going to spend a temporal cube. We're going to have a risk of 75%. Now I hear what you're saying. Why aren't we going back for that? And we're going to have to do some manipulation to get back to that one. 34, so that is not higher than 75. We're going to take 3 damage. We'll keep the health damage cubes over here, and we're going to gain 2 time stream cards out of it. All right, and now we are going to pull up a new one. American Revolution. Now we have a card here called Paradox, which is really key. Travel to a destination for no time stream drop or temporal charge. We're going to take full advantage of that. And as far as I know, we can travel to a destination at this point that is anywhere on the board. If that is not the case, that probably should have been made clear that it's in the timeline ahead of you that you can travel to. But I'm treating this as I can travel anywhere. So I will travel to Columbus. Now you take the time fragment card. That's your first card. We'll put that over there. Take one of these green cubes, and we've completed 1/4 of our time sphere. In addition, now we had no cost to we didn't have to drop 4, we didn't have to lose 4 time streams. There's no risk here, but we also don't gain any time stream from it, and we open up a new destination in front of us, which is going to be Jamestown, which is also going to be kind of heavy here. So we can do one of 2 things. We can either jump over here to the Vietnam War, which has a 1-in-1. We actually just did that a few moments ago. We can restore, We'll go ahead and do the 1-1. We're going to restore first. I think we need to get a time thing back. We're going to jump back to the Vietnam War. And we're going to use this as our drop time stream. We're going to lose a time charge from it. Now, again, even though there's a destination already in front of it, we're going to open up another... Oh, we got another time fragment. We are actually doing much better than I thought we would. So we're going to open up that there, and we're trying to keep these as level as possible. Now, technically, you could just simply set it up so that the cards don't overlap, in which case I'll be reaching for like way over there by the time this game gets any sort of any progress. Oh, that is nasty. So this one is going to cost us 4, which is not good. We still have to roll for risk and for time stream cards. So 66, not quite good enough. Had we used the risk, the quantum flux thing, we would have been safe, but we do take 3 more damage. So we're looking kind of at here, and you see where the problem comes in. Like, I've not had any way to gain health, and the only times it's been worth going to a place, it's been more damage than it's worth. Now, what I will say is that we now have a loop card, and this is even better. Return to any open destination from any timeline with an earlier date for no drop cost or risk. And it's the or risk portion and the earlier portion that makes it matter. Now, this is 1955 AD. This is 1903. I can jump here and get our time fragment out of here and get ourselves another square. I don't have to worry about the cost there. I don't have to worry about the cost there. I don't have to worry about the risk there. There was no risk, but I don't have to worry about it. And because we have traveled to a new location, we open up the Lost Colony, which I can go to, but it's got a 90% risk rate, and that's not good. That's not good at all. I kind of need to go somewhere where there's like very little risk, and I'm going to get something out of it. And I think I'm going to use my Paradox card to jump to the Gutenberg printing press, which normally would have a drop cost of 2 and a drop of 2 and cost of 3. We're not going to worry about those. We're going to gain 1, but we do have a risk of 25. If we roll lower than 25, we die. We're dead. That's it. That's the game. So we got 44. We're still in the game. We're going to get 1 time stream card out of it. We're so happy about that. We're opening up a new location in front of us. That'll be here. So this technically would be part of this timeline, even though there aren't cards here and here. So we've got a drop cost of... That's going to cost us all of our time stream cards. That's going to cost us 2 time stream. It's going to have a chance of 50% damage, 50% of 2 damage, and we gain 1 time stream card. So it's a really lousy place to go. We're going to open up a location, I think. I'm also going to use this to restore 1 health. I kind of need to, as much as I and see, this is and now I'm in a problem where I've got no time stream cards. I need some way to gain a time stream card, and I don't really have one. So that's going to come here. That's the Crusades. Is there any place I can go? I mean, right now I've got 0. Every place is going to require something. So we'll open up another one. We've got Chernobyl I can't go to because it's a drop of 1 and 1. I've got 2 time charges left. That's 1 and 1. Technically, I could have gone before I do that. I might as well, because I'm not going to win this game, so I'm not going to care about taking back a move. I'm just going to jump ahead to Gettysburg. I kind of have to. It's going to cost me 2 here. Fortunately, I have no time stream cards left, so it's not going to cost me that. I do open up a spot in front of me, which is the Great Chicago Fire, but now I've got, and I'm going to gain 1 card. 31. It's too late. I took 2 damage, and I'm dead. So, and that's the game. And you sort of see what it doesn't feel like. There's much choice. It doesn't feel like there's any good choices. It doesn't feel like there's any good strategy. It's just basically you're rolling dice, and eventually you'll die. That's the game. That's not fun. I don't understand. Like, I really want this game to be fun. I want this game to be better. I feel like something had to be done to help improve it. Like, you get 1, like, after every jump you make, you draw 1 time stream card. Because right now I'm at 0 time stream cards. and there's nothing I can do. Like, so many of these require something. Like, at least that one I could have jumped, you know. I don't even think I could make this jump. I'm not even sure if I did that correctly, but I think I did. I think I jumped correctly there. But even then, where would I go then? Like, let's say I had been successful. I would have drawn one time stream card. Now I can return to any open destination. So 1863. I can go earlier than that. And I kind of want some cards. And I think the most cards I have out anywhere is 2. So my guess is let's jump to the Lost Colony, but then that kind of leaves me wide open. Maybe we'll jump to the Bolshevik. We can't jump to the Bolshevik Revolution because that's later in the timeline. I can jump here to the jump here to the American Revolution. We get 2 more cards. I used that. We'll get 2 out of this. We didn't have to worry about anything there. And now we got some crap cards. But again, I have no temporal charges. How am I supposed to move anywhere? I can jump up here. But as you can see, again, if I still had 2 health, I'd have to roll 90 or better. That's a 70. That's a really good roll. But it's still not enough. And I die again. So it's really tough to be enthusiastic about this game. You're also hoping that the time fragments come up. So, like, I still needed 2 more. So, there's 8 of them in the deck. So, it's not like, yeah, there's the other 2. So, this is how much deck I would not have to go through. This is how much deck I still would have had to go through to get to those last 2 time fragments. And it feels like there's no real good way to play this. If the game designers watch this and they feel that I'm full of the S word, and feel that there is a way to play this, by all means, I'm more than happy to hear that. And I'm more than happy to listen and to talk about this game. I wanted to like this game. I really wanted to. I love time travel. I love the idea of time travel. I love the idea of jumping through the timeline. You know, I'm not sure I want to play as Mr. Clean. And I've heard the art described as uninspired, but I like the art. I actually like the art. I feel like it's very consistent and it does a good job of evoking history. It's an interesting choice of places. You start with the Jurassic period. I don't know what the latest thing here is. I know you can go all the way back to some BC dates, and there's more recent things like Hurricane Katrina's in here. You know, the 9/11 is in here, and I think Katrina might be the most recent one of all the locations. But there's a lot of key dates. The Ides of March, 44 BC, 1815, 1937. The D.B. Cooper hijacking, which is always an interesting one to include. Actually, I'm kind of curious, is that high risk? That's high risk. Why is that high risk? Are you jumping in midair with him? Like, what's going on there? So yeah, I think Katrina is the most current one. But nonetheless, I would really love it if there was more to this game than just simply keep rolling the dice and eventually hopefully you won't die. There's no balance between jumping to the cards, jumping to the pages, to the parts on the timeline where it's going to cost you a lot, but you might get 1 card out of it. Ooh, you might get 1 card. 1 card. Wouldn't that be nice? You get 1 card, and the times where you jump to a place where it's like, okay, so I have to drop a card. It's going to cost me a time thing, and it's going to give me 1 card maybe. But it might also cost me 3 damage. That's pretty high. That's a really high damage. So I feel like the math of this game is really off. So a lot of these have been recommendations for a game. You know, I'm hoping people see the gameplay, they like it, and I have a hard time saying that this is a game that anyone should own. As harsh as that is, and I don't like being that harsh. I don't mind being harsh if it's like a print and play and the designers not losing money as a result, but you know, the game designers here, they're trying to sell this for money. Wyvern Gamer is trying to sell this for money, and I don't find it fun. Sorry. Anyway, on that lovely note, like I said, the future is bleak. I've enjoyed most of the games this week. Chrononauts was difficult, but at least I felt like I had a chance with Chrononauts. Fallout is, from what I understand, like if you get some expansions, it becomes a better game. It is an IP game that I felt like falls short. Unfortunately, the last game that we're going to be playing this week, I'm going to go ahead and pull it out now to give you something to look forward to. This isn't even the one that's out right now. 51st State. Now, I love this game. This is going to be a fun game. We're going to do this tomorrow. We're going to do this the day after. I enjoy this game. I really do. I think it's got a lot of good sense of humor. I enjoy the gameplay in it. I feel like I have a shot at winning, which is really important. Wyvern Gaming, really important that you have a shot at winning. But I'm looking forward to that. And that's another thing. Like, I'll hear people talk about how it's really important to have, your solo gaming can't just be really, really easy. You can't play a game and have it be a win every time, and that's a completely fair assessment. You're not playing to win every time. In fact, I think the percentage I've seen that people have said is 33%. You should win 33% of your games for it to be a good solo game. And I feel like that's a percentage that should change over time. The more skilled you are, the higher that percentage should be. But I think that's just a gimme. But I think that that's a good percentage. And I'm curious as to how you, Red Sable, John, anyone else who has been continually watching and sticking with this, I want to know what is the percentage that you think. And there's one other person. I feel bad. I'm missing out one other person who has been really good about commenting, and I'm feeling really bad about that. So I'm going to look that up right now. And I feel bad that I'm not remembering everyone's name, because I'm garbage like that. There's 3 of you who have been continually commenting, and I want to make sure that I. Genghis Pond, my apologies. Genghis Pond, I want to know your opinions. I want to know what percentage do you think that you should be winning for a solo game to feel like it's a worthwhile experience? Is it 33%? Is it more than that? Is it less than that? And that is taking into account that as you play the game, you will get better at it. But I think it's an important concept in solo gaming. So there you go, nicely packed, and the trash is right over here. A thump. All right. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't throw away a game. That's just wasteful. I'll see you all tomorrow. Click like, click subscribe, and do all the YouTube things. Ciao, everybody.